Yo, what is up? We're getting started here. Let's just get into it. What is up? Happy Friday in the house. What's up? Friday night. We're getting started. Yes, all. Big call. Damn, is it Friday already? It's Friday already, people. Welcome to the Last Call podcast. Live Friday, like we've been doing it, 9 o'clock. Welcome, new subscribers, old subscribers, OGs, everybody. Man, it's been a week. Start of a weekend, long weekend. As we do this, for those of you who don't know, we do this live about once a week. This is that, where we go over some topics. We got a couple things to go through tonight, which I will let you know as we get through that. Some news topics, some current topics that we're going to get out of the way. And we might have something special if we're keeping online with the last two podcasts that we had. Josephine is in the house, and we will do that up too. Say what's up to all the people coming in. Yeah, on top of that, I drop a video, which we're going to go over in just a few minutes, that I drop once a week too, between like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. But there's a whole lot going on in the news, you know, so we want to catch a vibe, and we get up on this thing, man. So get comfortable, man. I'm going to drop the link in a little bit so you could tap in. Let me say what's up to the people. Is in the house. OC, Emmanuel Briggs, beautiful Bernice. This independent, my way. Whose way? And a brother of the third. Hey. What's up? I just saw you, Kimberly. Good to see everybody, man. Good to see everybody, man. Get this little link ready. I'm going to run over some things going on in the news. Let me turn this down a little bit. And then we'll go over the last, actually, I think it's the last podcast. We did some music stuff. And if we're going to continue that this week, then I need to do a little recap of some of last week's activities. You know, we give Josephine a little fashionably late time to jump in here. In the meantime, we got Tiz in the house, and we got to do a Tiz top 3. He said it's going to tie in with what we're doing anyway, so that all works, man. That all works. Let me do this real quick. Whoops. Boom. So there's things that I need to get to, things I didn't necessarily, I got to go into the other thing if I want to pin that. Things I didn't really get a chance to get into last time. There's a whole lot going on, y'all. There's a whole lot going on. Hold on. I'm just going to pin this. You know, I can't be doing everything all at once. So let me get to that. Oh, yeah. Put that over on the top. brother of a certain age, man. Usually catch you at the end, man. Glad to see you in here tonight. Glad to see everybody in here tonight, man. So we need to hit Joe right now so y'all can continue. Oh, cool. Yes. I think that definitely needs to be done. So I'll go back and recap a little bit of that information. I don't know if it's worth getting into some of the things that has been going on during the week. I'll tell you one of the videos that I did in case you missed it. As a matter of fact, I know you missed it because I had all but 30 people watch the goddamn video. But it's all right. I know we're busy people. And I know you're here today, man. So that's all good. And I don't mind really going over this one again. So a couple things. First of all, I still didn't see Sinners. And I know I'm bad for not supporting, but been a little busy like that. Maybe this weekend. And I know if it's not the opening weekend, it doesn't go towards those box office numbers. But, I still want to go and support because actually today is the drop day for what the hell is that movie called? Final Destination 6, the sixth part. And okay, you haven't seen it. Yeah, all the way. Appreciate it. Look at that, man. This is networking. This is good stuff. It's an example of our network. Brothers and sisters looking out for each other, man. Tiz knows I got something to do here tonight, and he's gone hooked up with the other connections so we can go ahead and continue what we're going to do. That is what we do here, man. Definitely appreciate it. And you jump on a little later if you feel like it, Tiz. You know that, man. It's your home. You too, a brother. Kimberly, you've been on here before as we get started. So, Tiz says it's overrated. He's saying Sinners is overrated. And I'll let you know that Tiz did a whole hour and a half review on the movie on his podcast with the partners. So I don't know. He says, in his opinion, it's cool. Yeah, it's going to be all of our opinions, man, because that's just the way it goes. But I think there's certain things that you got to like about that particular genre. And to tell you the truth, I've seen a few clips online. I'm trying not to spoil it for myself, although it's hard with all the clips and everything that have been coming out. I actually originally thought it was a somehow revolved around what's his name, Robert Johnson, the guy, the Crossroads dude. I thought it was that deal, and I don't know. I think obviously it's not by everything that I saw, but it's what it is. In the house, stepping up one time, we got my man Tiz from the Partners. What's up, sir?
Good evening, my brother. Good evening. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Peace, everybody.
Go for it, my man. Oh, let me say what's up to Joe in the house. Good evening, Joe. Good to see you, Josephine. Thanks for checking in.
Hey, look, I lost track of time. I fell through the door right now with groceries. I'm here.
That's cool. We're just starting up. Tiz just jumped on board, man. I think he's going to talk a little bit about Sinners and his opinion there. And he has.
I was literally just coming on for later on the Tiz top 3, so I'm already in here, and I don't like interfaces up because it'd be like that weird delay. So that was lit, but I'm just here for
I just want to give a shout out to Tiz. Thank you. I appreciate you reminding me.
Man, teamwork make the dream work, yo. Hey, when he was like, "Where Joe at?" I was like, "Yeah, where is Joe? I'm trying to hear this conversation. Let me see if she's available."
Yeah.
Hey man, teamwork make the dream work, man.
Beautiful. All right, take your time, get settled, do what you got to do. We're going to be here. I'll be talking about a couple things, and then we'll do a little recap, and then we'll get started on what we got to do this week. So no problem. We're all here. All right. Am I in the house? You hear me? Anybody?
Oh, we here, baby. We here. I'm just letting you cook. I'm just letting you cook. I'm trying not to get in the way of your cook, man.
Okay, it's cool. Sometimes it's like, anybody been hearing what I've been saying for the last few minutes? You got to check.
No, I feel you. I understand. That's why I don't do it. That's why I got 2 partners on the partners, because that's speaking into the empty void be Kind of crazy.
It's funny. It's like, why didn't nobody say? And then you see some of those lives where dudes' mics cut out and they don't even look at the chat, dude.
They just going. And I'm talking about they having a whole like beautiful soliloquy that nobody knows about.
And I'm like, damn, I wish I could hear that, man. All right. So anyway, let's go back to a couple things before we move forward over here. We'll slowly get into what we got to get into. 10 Till Death. What up? So Sinners, I'm yet to see it. I'm going to see it. I just haven't. And I understand I gotta select one of those theaters that really give you the full
overrated. And you don't have to select one of them theaters. If you send me your number on email or something, I'll shoot you the link.
Oh boy. All right.
You waste your time. You can sit right in your comfort of your own home with your best beverage and your meal. Joe, I got you too if you need the link.
But you could say overall you liked it though.
I would say this. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
The hype that people are putting behind it makes it overrated. It's not a bad movie by any means. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like, oh, this was horrible. It is a homage to another movie. So if you like another movie, you're gonna like this. I just think that it's overrated as far as what people are putting on it and the way that they're making it seem like it's this transcendental movie that is gonna go past everything we've ever seen, and like it's not that. It's a good movie.
I think people are hyping it up.
It's like you remember the movie Spike Lee did a few years ago with Delroy Lindo and them? They was like in Vietnam or something. They went back to go get the gold.
Brothers, something, from Netflix.
All right, so it was a good movie. Now, if everybody came out of that movie like, "Oh my God, this is the movie of a generation," like when you go see it and then you like, "Oh, this is good," then you like, "Well, this isn't what everybody said it was." Okay. So go into it with no expectations and you'll enjoy it.
Just
go into it based off
filmmaking.
If you go into it basing it off of what the public and a lot of the critics have kind of like put on this movie, it may disappoint. And it shouldn't disappoint because it's a good movie. It's just overrated.
It's a little bit overrated.
Yeah. It's kind of like John Morant. He's a really good basketball player. But if you say he's the best player in the league, you're overrating him.
Yeah.
They're saying this is the best player in the league, and it's not. But it's a good movie.
Yeah, I think they're trying to prop up movies a little bit, in original movie making sort of deal.
It's a remake of another movie. It's just put with our culture on the original tape.
Saying I don't think I've heard
the homage to a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Robert Rodriguez. All right, have you ever seen Till Dusk Till Dawn?
I thought you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
No. Ryan Coogler tells you in his interviews that it's an homage to that.
Okay.
But it's also an homage to the blues because he had a connection with his grandfather or something like that. His uncle, somebody that passed. And because they had a connection to that, whenever he hears blues music, he connects to his ancestors. And he wanted to make a movie about that. So he made an homage to this movie using this as the backdrop in the context. So it's like a mashup. So it's a dope premise. It's just don't expect an original movie. Don't expect this thing that's going to change your life when you leave it and like, oh my God, I've never seen nothing like this. It's not that. It's just a good movie. And in an age where movies have been kind of mediocre, I think because it's a good movie, it's getting overhyped, which can lead to somebody coming to see it late. Either overhyping it as well because they get on the bandwagon, or they underhype it because they're like let down from it. So I just want people to have don't go into it with expectations. Just enjoy what you see, and then whatever your takeaway is, take that away. But yeah,
word.
Don't listen to any of the hype. Just enjoy it.
Well, for me, I'm definitely going into it blindly. I have to because I'm not into like real paranormal movies. But I keep getting like these mixed. It depends on what group of people and what type of movies they watch. So I'm gonna watch it so open-minded, but And so I'm just going just to go see the movie. Like I'm just going to
Yes,
just see it, and that's
that's what to do it.
it.
You got the right mindset to go see it. Like, and because it's such a movie that so many people are talking about, I just want to, for people who haven't seen it, go into it with nothing. Just go into it blank. Like whatever happens, happens, and then you will enjoy it more, I think, than if you go into it with these hyped up, like over grandized expectations and then just see a good movie. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you to think it's a perfect movie. It's not gonna change your life, but it is a really dope premise, and I do like the way Ryan Coogler executed on it. So it's like
good movie making.
you will enjoy it, I think. Especially if you're into Black history, if you're into especially that period of after Restoration, but it's like the Jim Crow era, but before the 50s and 60s.
Well, it's not gonna make me mad, is it?
What did you say?
It's not gonna make me mad, is it?
No, it's not gonna make you mad. It actually makes you enjoy it. Like you enjoy the movie. It's a fun movie.
All right.
The first half is one genre, the second half is another genre. It's very entertaining. Like, don't get it twisted. It's a good movie. Ryan Coogler did his thing.
You know, it's not moving toward like Color Purple or nothing like that, right?
No. It's more leaning toward the Django. It's more leaning toward Django.
Okay.
Black people are empowered, so you'll enjoy that part. And again, if you enter that period of time with Black people before we got to the civil rights movement, but after Restoration, that weird time we were sharecroppers and we were kind of finding our way, and we had our own little communities that were kind of intermingled with white communities, but also separate. It's that weird Black Wall Street era where it's a lot going on. It's a lot of different dynamics. You even have the Asian dynamic of, you know, how Asian immigrants were like integrated into our communities, especially in the South, where the railroads came through pretty heavy. So you even get that dynamic. So it's a lot of cool dynamics to see if you're a historian, if you like vampires, and if you like music. It's a good movie. The music is dope. The soundtrack is cool. I don't like the drums on the main scene that you'll see, but we'll talk about that once y'all have seen it. But overall, you should see it. It's an 8 out of 10, but people are propping it up as if it's an 11 out of 10. I just don't want to lie and say that it's that. It's not an original premise per se, but it is an original take on an old premise that we've seen.
That's still a pretty damn good rating, man. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, like I said, most people I know like Dusk Till Dawn on some level, whether they like it as a comedy, just a fun movie, or they saw it as a horror. Okay. If you like that movie, you will love this, especially if you're Black. So if you just like that, you'll love this, but it's not perfect. Right. You will come away with some things that you can be like, oh, he could have did that, or that could have been better. Okay. But it was great. Like, I enjoyed myself. It's a feel-good time. Like I said, though, I'm going to save y'all the money because I don't think it's like I have to go out and spend $15, $20, $30 on this movie. I can stay at home and watch it and still enjoy it. And I got that for y'all. So y'all just hit me up offline. gmail.com, or y'all two know how to get to me another way. Just hit me up. I got y'all.
Okay.
Indeed. All right. We leave that one for a little bit. Definitely check it out, and I'll let you guys know when I do see it. Go ahead, Josephine.
I wanted to say it would be good to see you guys on the partners do an analogy after people seeing it of Dusk to Dawn, like a whole kind of comparison and what it was like and what the differences are and stuff like that would be kind of cool.
Oh, it's funny you say that because I got that in mind. I'm just waiting on Pat to see it.
Okay.
Waiting on Pat. Me and Faith was on it the first week. We just waiting on Pat to catch up so we can actually have a real. We don't want to spoil it for him, so we're also trying to hold back on too much talk. Like even last week we talked about it a little bit, but I couldn't really go past his overrated. And I think we did a breakdown and Pat was there, but he still hasn't seen it. And when you see it, it makes it allows you to have a lot more takeaways and areas you can kind of jump off from. But yeah, we got that coming for you.
All right, good. Now, one, I don't know if you guys are fans of this whole thing, but a movie came out today,
Yes.
of the Final Destination franchise, if you're
Yeah.
familiar with that, which you probably are, right?
Yes.
Right.
Come on, man.
So-
Come on, man. Hey, man. I love when you put this picture on your thumbnail. It makes me happy in my soul.
Of Tony Todd?
Yeah, man. It makes me happy, man. I like it.
I did, and you know what?
He was a creepy. He was a creepy black man, yo. I don't know how to put it, but like he played horror to the max.
Let me put him on here. Hang on while I talk, because I did a little video.
And what's the old boy from
Where is he? Damn. Over here.
It's not the Terratone either.
Hang on. That's Clarence Williams.
Clarence Williams. Them two play really creepy guys really well. They have perfected the art of like that weird. They just give you the shivers, like.
Right. So, couple things. We know Tony Todd passed away in November, and I think he's been in all but one of the Final Destinations. Now, there was a simple question that I brought up in a video of mine during the week, which, looking at the trailers and of this, I mean, it has a pretty interesting premise, the movies for Final Destination. I'm not like a stan of the whole thing, but I've seen a couple and I like the way it goes and what they tried to do in terms of like number 5. They warped it back around to the first one sort of deal. And Tony Todd has been, the character to sort of narrate what's going on and how death works and, that sort of stuff with it. Now, they're saying that this role of Tony Todd is possibly his last role that he was able to fit in before he passed away in November over here. And, looking at the trailers like I normally do, checking them out, all that sort of stuff, I noticed in the trailer that I think I almost got convinced of is that they may have used CGI to complete the role, which is not unheard of, which doesn't sound like a big deal. But upon some further investigation, nobody's really admitting whether they did or they didn't, and I'm like, if it's a Hollywood kind of inside secret where they're just like, for the fans' sake, or let's just keep it hush, we'll, we don't have to spoil it for anybody, but I just kind of find it a little weird, and I want to show the piece here. I don't know why it's not freaking going in there, but I'll try to get to that piece in 1 minute. You see him right here, so he should be right here. I want to know, damn it, if this looks CGI'd or not, because I haven't really heard anything. I went into a couple of chat rooms, see if the studio put anything out for information on it, and like I said, man, it seems really tight-lipped about anything they may have done for it as well. So let me play. You could see it in the background. In some of the giveaways for it are in a couple of the scenes. All the characters aren't necessarily in the same shot. They sort of show him and then like then the crew, the people in the same room, but not in the same shot. And number 2 is kind of like the movement of him when he's talking. So I think it's just like a little clip right now, but I want to show you what I mean. So give me a second over here. Hopefully this shows enough. There's more. There's other clips of him talking a little bit more and stuff. But and granted, if you know him or you've seen him in other roles, you know that he's considerably has a lot more weight on him. You know that, and obviously him being sick, he's lost a lot of weight and he looks a little bit different here as well. But I'm saying his mechanics.
Oh, that's him that we looking at right now.
His actual, yeah. His mechanics.
Yeah, he looks sick. He looks.
Shit, I did not know that was okay. I was waiting for you to show him. Oh no.
Yes. This is Candyman. So look at the way he's talking though.
That is not Candyman, sir.
Right. So look at the way he's talking here, and just his movements don't quite even look that natural. So
good luck.
All right. That wasn't the best one.
That's
That wasn't
uncanny.
the best one I could find for you. Hang on.
That's
I
uncanny.
have another one that I used in my video
God
that's
looks like
a lot better
himself. He looks like a light skinned. I didn't know who that. I thought
Yeah.
that was Most Def.
So hey, that's
fuck?
pretty.
Oh shit!
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good notice, man.
What the hell?
If I had to put him for anything, that would
He's
definitely be.
crazy, bro.
Of course, I can't find the video I used for my
You
own video.
okay? What happened? What did he die of?
It was I think pancreatic cancer, which is like one of those bad ones.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna go to my video here, and hang on. It has a little bit more of him talking. Hold up. This time, I'm just posing. All right, hang on. It is a little bit harder to see because it is. Right, it was this. I really got to blow this up. Take my voice down here. But here, hopefully you guys could see this a little bit. And what I want to show you is his movements don't look quite right, or even human-like. So, see, he's not even in the same shot here. They're doing like talking. You see him talking there?
Yeah, that's Uncanny Valley.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like some video game shit?
I'm not even saying it's fully CGI, but there is something added, whether it's like the Henry Cavill thing where they did the mustache removal or something was wrong with his face and they tried to change it in post. But there is
look
exactly what you're saying, like his facial movements, his jaw is not moving in a normal.
Yeah.
He looked crazy as hell. He looked like a video game cutscene.
Yes.
Like we playing PS5 or Xbox S.
Exactly that.
Yeah, you look crazy. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. His teeth and everything, like the way his jaw is moving is not a normal talking motion.
Yeah. So all right, I just wanted to pose like, am I nuts here?
No, you're not nuts. That looked crazy. It's that uncanny valley effect of like it's that doesn't look like something is off.
Right. And it wouldn't be a deal if Hollywood was just like, yeah, we did this, for the fans' sake,
Right.
sort of deal. And we wanted to finish this movie, blah, blah, blah.
He looks like that. Like I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah.
He looked like Swiss Beats or somebody. He don't look like him. He don't look like himself. He looked like Swiss Beats or I don't know who, but that ain't him.
Yeah.
Like the body, the facial features, the jawline, like everything he looks lighter, he looks frail. It doesn't look like it looks like a facsimile of him.
Yeah.
Like somebody
said it looks video game-ish, like
like off. I can't put my finger on it even because it looks real enough, but not real.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on it's something. Yeah, something ain't right.
Yeah, I just don't know why they wouldn't just say, yeah, we needed a little help for the fans to finish this role, and this is how we went about doing this deal. So, yeah, brother, I don't really think it's a big deal like that. It was something that caught my eye, and I was like, "Ooh, did they? Like, how did they?"
Cancer does ravage people. I mean,
but
damn. Like even my Aunt Eunice still looked like my Aunt Eunice at the end. Like I didn't know that was him. I was waiting for you to click to the scene where he was in. I thought you were like setting it up and then gonna click to it or something. I didn't know that was him. Like
And he finished like that. I'm glad, regardless of how he looked, I'm glad he was able to finish that product and they put it out, in that way. But I don't know. Tell the fans something. We were fans. We followed the goddamn franchise until now.
Like I don't want to see Candyman like that, bro. Like I grew up with that kid. Like like it's certain nostalgic shit that you just kind of look back on and you like, no, I only see it in a certain way, and when you see it in a different way, it just throws you.
Yeah,
that kind of messed me up, dude. I didn't know that was him. Oh my god.
All right, not to bring the show down, but he had a great. He gave us some great roles. He was a great actor for many decades. So props to him, man. Props to him, and R.I.P.
I've never seen him be bad in anything, even if it was like a small bit part. Like he was just really a talented actor. Like he could play pretty much whatever you put him in.
Yeah,
he just happened to get pigeonholed, I think. But
yeah, when he started doing horror movies and voiceovers and stuff like that,
played a drama role. Like he was just a good actor to me.
Yeah, definitely was, man. Definitely was. All right, so let's shift a little bit from that. It's one of the things that happened, and I just wanted to show it out. We're talking about movies, so that's one of our guys, and still go see it. I want to see his whole role in that thing, regardless, and just one of those life takeaways, man. So we just got to transition from that. R.I.P. Respects to that role, Mr. Tony Todd. Gonna check that movie out. So let's move it to a couple things. Tiz, we got a top 3 this week. Do you want to wait a little bit before I start bringing up this music thing, or
this is your show? So my top 3 goes kind of along with the R&B vibe that y'all are already setting with y'all conversation.
Okay.
So you can either do it as like a dessert to your entree, or you can do it as an appetizer to your entree. It's just depending on how you feel, my brother.
Okay.
But it's lighthearted. It shouldn't cause too much trouble. It should just be like a little fun thing.
And it goes with our thing too.
I think it goes with your theme. It's R&B related.
All right, so let me jump into this, explain a little bit about it, and then before we move forward, we'll do a Tiz's top 3, and then we'll jump into what we are here to jump into tonight. How does that sound?
Yes, sir. It's your show. I'm rolling with you, my brother.
All right, so party people, tell you what we are looking at right now. All right. So what we've been trying to do, myself and Josephine, and music buffs all alike. We discuss music comes up, favorites come up, all that sort of stuff. So if you looked at anything in the descriptions, or even on my page, if you go to the shorts and see some of the tributes of the people that I have up there, and some of the people that I have highlighted up there as well, just for you to dig in the crates, for you to put back in rotation, in your music files, to get that going again, just a little uplift for the middle of the week and get you going. Kind of what we've been doing. So myself and Josephine have been speaking for a while, and it was our goal. First, it was a goal, maybe a little silly at the beginning, to try to get 3 top male vocalists from the soul era, and 3 top female vocalists from the soul era, and 3 maybe overrated ones as well. When we kind of started going through the different types of talent and everything, we actually thought that might even just take an hour or something small, but we could really get into the conversation. We got into the history of it. Again, I urge you to check out last week's podcast, just even for the music portion and some of the people that we got into and some of our reasonings behind that too. It's just fun, good stuff, and people that you maybe shouldn't or forget about, and that you want to go back and check their libraries and catalogs and all that good stuff. So we scrapped the 3 and just decided to get a list going of maybe 5 and a couple of honorable mentions and all that kind of stuff too, right? So actually, I think I have it somewhere in the background, so I don't want to forget these names. So I'll tell you what we came up with last week. Last week, and I made a little note, Josephine. I don't know if you saw it in my comment section over there, but we came up, and this is, it's up for debate, but it's just a list we came up with through our discussion over here. So we came up with Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding, Stevie Wonder, Teddy Pendergrass, and Luther Vandross. And we had our honorable mentions of El DeBarge, and I didn't ask you, Joe, but I slipped in Freddie Jackson.
Well, we did we bring him up though? I think we
I don't think so.
But it was on our mind. It was on our mind because when you said, I said, I think we. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Freddie Jackson.
Yeah, and I totally regretted that. So I slipped him in there as well. So those were the male vocalists that we came up with last week, and this week, we start talking about our female vocalist. And I already dropped a hint. If you checked out my page, the shorts that I do, I put somebody in there who I'm going to bring her up in a little bit later as well, how we do this. Let me read some of these comments. This shouldn't cause too much trouble. Everyone else, I got you. So Kimberly's asking, what are we calling the soul era? This was our discussion too. So, we're talking 60s, 70s, 80s. There was a lot of discussion about neo soul and where that plays a part and stuff. But I think what we were trying to do is get to the root of a lot of the soul. So where a lot of these sounds and a lot of these people would overlap, the ones that sort of maybe learned or somehow funneled a lot of that talent or even mentored some of that talent are the ones that we concentrated on. So even if you take the list that I presented you, Marvin Gaye or Otis Redding and stuff, some of the ones that they came from under and some of the people that they influenced as well wouldn't get that notice because they represent, those people and all of that. All right. All right, cool. I just want to make sure that we clear that up and we get that. Okay. So now we move on to female. Oh, Emmanuel's causing trouble, dude. He says Eldebarge, but not Smokey Robinson. Do we want Smokey? One thing I noticed, not to get off, we get a lot of these. Remember last week we were talking about the allegations on it. A lot of these allegations come up and make waves, and then we hear nothing. About it. So I hear what you're saying, Smokey. I don't know, dude. Even if you say that, if you put Smokey up there, I might have to go in terms of vocal talent. I'm not sure if Smokey could hold it up to L, man. I don't know. I know who he is in the music industry, but talent-wise, I don't think he's singing like L. That's just, my opinion on that one. Yeah, definitely. So before we already, Kimberly's jumping the gun. Before you do that, Kimberly, Tiz, come up here and let's do your Tiz top 3 before we continue with the female vocalist.
Okay. The sensation that's been sweeping the nation.
Oh no. That's the drum roll.
It is top 3.
Oh,
all right, guys. Real easy.
Sound effects.
Top 3, man. It goes right along with what y'all are going with. What are your top 3 R&B / soul singers who you'd want with you in a bar fight? Any era, any gender.
Shit.
You said in a bar fight?
In a bar fight. Like if you, somebody across from you just broke the glass bottle. They ready to set it off. This is about to be an old school saloon brawl. Who are your top 3 R&B singers bringing with you into the fight?
Easy.
Now hold on. You can't go say 3 right now. We do round robin on this one. You name one. You name one. I name
2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3.
Okay.
All right.
But you can start it if you want it. I see you excited. I like that you already got it.
Man, I gotta think.
I'm too excited.
Go ahead, because I got a list.
All right, Joe, you start off.
I got a good 8, 9 people.
Shaka Khan.
Okay. She got a lot of hip action.
Yep, Shaka Khan. She's feisty. She's loud. I mean, she's, what I'm saying? She talks her shit. I'm going to say Shaka Khan.
Damn.
I can't argue with anybody that's heavy in the hips because that means their rotation on their hooks is gonna be vicious. So if they catch you with one, you drop it, or at
And,
least you
and
feeling
I'm
it.
talking about old school Shaka Khan.
You drop it. Yeah,
I'm
and
talking about when Shaka Khan was doing like music for like was it Breaking or B Street? One of them.
man,
You know what I'm saying? Shaka Khan is like no.
I would knock the dust off that 70-year-old pussy. You hear me? Oh man, them hips, man.
My God,
She
here we
is,
go.
is hippie. She, boy, I know that's a fun time. God bless Shaka Khan.
Okay.
We hold her up in reverence.
You're getting distracted.
I'm sorry.
This is not the task. Damn.
Hippie entry at number one. That was yeah. That rotation on that hook is gonna be mean. She gonna fuck somebody. All right. I'm gonna let you keep thinking because I heard you say you thinking. I got you. So my number one is Eddie Levert.
Eddie Levert?
Yes, not Gerald. Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you man. Eddie got that Bumpy Johnson type strength. That I'm gonna meet you in the middle of a basketball court in the middle of Harlem and beat the shit out you. Come meet me in Philly today, and I'm gonna beat the fuck out you. And he looked like he could take a punch.
Ooh, okay.
And he hippie. He got that rotation. Like all you need is that good rotation. Like if your lower body can rotate into your punch, I trust you. Because I know you're gonna be able to withstand and you're gonna be able to launch one. And that's all I need in a bar fight. I just need you to catch a lucky one and catch that nigga that's coming across my six. You know, so hey, Eddie Levert, and he got strength. He looked powerful. He got that big ass head. Anybody with a big ass Rottweiler head,
oh my God,
I'm telling you, they can fight. I ain't never seen no big head nigga that lose fights. Every big head nigga I know got some mitts behind them. That big ass head. They done had to defend that big ass head in elementary school, and they got that balance together early. By fourth grade, they the nigga on the preschool beating the fuck out of everybody. They on the playground beating the hell out of everybody about the swing.
That is wild. That is
big
wild.
head nigga. You gotta trust them in a fight, man. I'm telling you, they gonna take a punch and they gonna deliver the fuck out of one. They got that retarded strength. I don't know if retarded is something we can say no more, but
yeah, let's not say that. We get the idea.
I'm sorry.
All right. Those are some good ones. I got one. I need help with the name though.
Come on.
Who is that guy that sings "Return of the Mac"?
Mark Morrison.
Mark Morrison, that's his name.
Yeah. Return of the Mac, but you like,
you like. All right.
I got excited.
I choose that dude because he stays whooping people's ass.
Oh, really?
Particularly, he's a UK cat. He's a British dude.
Yeah.
And they went to arrest him. The cops went to arrest him over there, and they didn't have guns. He took the cop's taser and was tasing the cop.
Hold on. He beat the cop's ass?
He beat the cop's ass.
All right, well, yeah, you got me. Yep, I want him. You win. That's a hell of I didn't know that about this nigga. All I knew was, but you lied. I didn't know he was out here whooping cop's ass.
You taking it out of the music genre. You making it personal.
No, because he's a musician. He's an R&B artist.
But I'm talking about.
I didn't know
I'm basing mine on like their music delivery and how they deliver music, like the way
how you take it on Ted's top.
Shit.
However you take it is how you take it. But I like that pick that he picked. He got some factual evidence to back it up. I didn't know this nigga was out here beating up cops. That's crazy.
You're doing too much.
Nigga was, damn, return of the Mac. That's all I knew. I ain't know he was out here beating the fuck out of the boys in blue. I respect it.
Yes, that is true.
In honor of George Floyd, please, by all means, hit another one then, Mark. Good job.
So based on what you said, Tiz, with your criteria.
I don't know these real niggas' lives. See, you went on a deep cut. I like that one, last call. That's good. You on your own. You the next Lenny Bruce. Oh, you know what? See, a brother of a certain age, I was gonna save it for my last option.
I was gonna say
I had him on my honorable mention, but since you said him, I'm gonna just go ahead and take him. Chris Brown, the boy from the home state. Let me just tell you about people from Virginia. Let me just tell you a little bit about people from Virginia for people that don't know, because most people ain't from Virginia, so they don't know. We grow up doing nothing but playing sports and fighting. We have nothing else to do until we get to about 8, 9. Then we get introduced to the drug trade, and we find some place in that. But when it comes to robbing, selling drugs, whooping ass, or playing a sport, Virginia gonna give it to you. And I'll even throw in acting, because we got Blair Underwood too. But when it comes to sports and fighting, we got one of the best fighters of all time, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. We got one of the best R&B artists of all time in Chris Brown, and we got one of the best fighters of all time in Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker and Chris Brown. However you want to do it. And Moses Malone could throw them dukes back in the day, but I'm gonna go with Chris Brown because I'm gonna just let him represent Virginia. Because we also got Bubba Chuck and other people that we do this. This is what we do. We play sports and then we whoop each other ass, and then we play sports and then we whoop each other ass.
Okay.
So when I tell you about Virginia, Chris Brown, I like that one, brother of a certain age. You know, I'm telling you, like, with them hands, man. We do this. Like, this is what we like to do. We do this for fun, where everybody else do it for defense. This is like a regular Saturday evening. We played football and then we beat the shit out of each other, and then we go eat and drink some beer.
That is a good one. Any of us could have had that one, but that's fine. That's fine.
But I'll take it because he was one of my honorable mentions. I'm just gonna move one of my.
Wait a minute though. It was Josephine's turn.
So it was.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to jump in.
It was Josephine's turn.
I had to represent Virginia real quick.
So here's my criteria is based on the delivery of the music, how impactful it was, and how strong they were. So mine's are always going to be women, because I have to represent for the females. So the next person I'm picking is Millie Jackson. Ooh. And the reason why I'm picking Millie Jackson is because, if you grew up with your mother in the home and when your father wasn't around, she was playing some Millie Jackson.
Millie elbow drop motherfucker off the top rope.
Millie Jackson would come on stage and she would grind, and all her lyrics were just sexual in nature. She was for female empowerment. So I picked Millie Jackson. That's my second.
I'm not mad at it. Millie gonna beat your ass and then make you nut.
That's real.
and you confused at the end of it because you got a black eye. You don't really know what happened, but you just know you feel good.
Well, all right.
I like. Okay, you throwing some curveballs in there, Joe. I like this. I like a different way of taking it. I like that because it throws a different dynamic into it. Like, I didn't think of it from that perspective. I like that. Yes. I hope your final one is fire. And if y'all got honorable mentions, it's okay because I pulled about 9 people.
My last one's gonna be you ain't gonna even hear it. You ain't gonna hear it coming. So
I think my
here we go. Okay. I think mine is I don't know. His name keeps coming up, so I think I got to take a James Brown because he just seems like that dude that could ride.
Hey, look, especially if you get him when he on that shit, on that booger sugar. Oh, James about to fuck somebody up.
Like, he would handle his own shit if you mess with his money.
That role with him that will probably be his tag team partner. But James Brown gonna fuck somebody up. I like it. Yeah, he get off that booger sugar, get to sweating with them big ass glasses on. He's smacking the shit off somebody. Yeah, I like
that's what I feel about James Brown with that one. So that would be my number 2.
With a straight razor there, price. Hey, yo, Emmanuel, you stupid as shit for that. That I needed that laugh so bad. You don't even know how bad I needed it. That made my big toe curl. That was a good one, but that's a good laugh right there. That nigga with a straight razor there, fry you some chicken. So while you leaking at the table with the gauze, you just sitting there biting some good ass
Eating
chicken.
some chicken, yeah.
Hey, if that ain't an old school woman, that is it. Gonna beat the shit out you and then feed you. You hungry?
Oh shit, Kimberly.
Oh,
No, I'm not. He's not one of mine because he's a
hey,
woman beater. He's not a fighter.
ain't mad at him. You don't know when he might, because you know he carried a straight razor too. You know he was gonna get the Zorro on. You know he's not fucking up. I'm gonna do my
I don't even know how to make that sound.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. That's good. Oh shit, hold on, shit. That nigga brought in a fictional motherfucker. I'm not mad. Okay, I like the interpretation.
He taking Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats. See,
Yeah,
Off
but I
side
like
was up to
I
9 to
like
5.
the interpretations. I like the way different people are seeing it from there. But that's dope. I didn't expect a fictional guy, but yes, because if you gonna hang a nigga by his ankles, you are definitely a valid motherfucker. I would want you. You gonna handle some business because when we get to fighting, we gonna fight. And you, oh shit, yeah, you hungry, ain't you? Hey Kimberly, you hungry, ain't you? No, you hungry, ain't you? Yeah, you want something to eat, don't you?
My office side was up from 9 to
Have
5.
y'all ever seen Cadillac Records? Man, when that nigga Muddy come in that room and that nigga little Walter in there with the goddamn with his wife, and he realized, oh, this nigga flirting with my wife. Hold on. Oh, you hungry, ain't you? Yeah, you want something to eat, don't you? Boy, that's a cold ass damn scene there, boy. I'm talking about because everybody know exactly what the fuck going on. But it just sounds like he being hospitable. Like he giving some southern hospitality. You want something to eat? You hungry? But I'm about to fuck you up. I'm ready to cut your shit. Oh, you want my boo? I got to kill. I'm y'all coming up with some good ones, man. This is good. See, this is good. See, Emmanuel, ain't nobody mad. This is good. Y'all are
All
good
right,
tonight.
we got like
You know, they best.
our last ones.
Hey, look,
all
man.
right. So
I
my
got my third one, and I got like 6 honorable mentions.
my last one is gonna be Billie Holiday.
Ooh, why you say that?
So I picked Billie Holiday, and they had to make a movie about her. Lady sing the blues, right?
Right.
She had, what I'm saying? She was a fighter. I mean, she went to jail. She overcome heroin, but I just see her as a fighter. I mean, she sung her heart out. So I could see like she was fighting heroin, she was fighting her man, she was fighting everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I could see her throwing some blows.
I
Okay.
like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a
I
good one.
respect that. I like the fighter angle. I like the jail, and I've also, I done overcame some a little DV. I done overcame some drug abuse. Hey, I'm ready to fight whatever from a
And I don't
mental.
know if you ever seen
Perspective. I'm a
I
thug.
don't know if you ever seen it because it was like Billy D. Williams was in it, and
I've never
Diana
seen
Ross
it.
played
Heard of
her.
it.
Right. Played her, but I'm telling you, it was a one of those like powerful movies. You know what I
See, the
mean?
fictional got me thinking of that. See, now I want to add some people to my list because now y'all done made me think off the rails. I didn't see a fictional angle on this, but I like the way y'all going with it. I respect it.
Let me see if I got another.
Yeah, because when I drop my third one, I'm gonna go to my honorable mentions, and when I say them, I think people gonna feel me. I think I got the ones that y'all was missing. Mm-hmm.
I would have put. I'm not even sure about putting Chris Brown in mine, but
Okay.
who did I have? I had James Brown. I got Mark Morrison. I need another R&B guy.
I'm telling you, I got some people for you. I wish I could send you my list so you could just pick from it. Because when you see it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, damn, yep."
What about that guy that
right? They can use weapons.
Which guy?
that guy that played Eddie King?
Get to the fictional characters.
Hey, look, they don't all.
But we don't have to do the fictional. her because it was related to the Temptation, and it was the least. It was David Ruffin.
And
So why you
Josephine
gonna pick
and
David Ruffin?
of a certain age already set the precedent for fictional characters being
right, but you didn't. You could have said David Ruffin.
I even like this Bessie Smith though. I'm not mad at that. I see the struggle in that. She done been through somebody swinging at her. She know how to dodge and swing a frying pan upside somebody's shit real quick. For sure.
All right.
You can draw from any era. Again, you got the ragtime era, you got the vaudeville era, you got the 20s era, you got the that Duke Ellington, Cap Calloway type shit. You got the damn era of the 50s and 60s, that doo-wop and why
I'm probably gonna take one of yours. Do one of your honorables.
One of my honorables?
Yeah.
Okay, one of my honorables is Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
She from Texas. You know she gonna pull a pistol if the shit get real rowdy. And I honestly think she could throw a jab and a right cross. And that's really all I need out of you in a bar fight. Most people can't fight. If you can throw a decent jab and a good right cross, we gonna get out of there, all right.
Well, since she comes
Even if we lose, we ain't gonna lose back. So I'm cool with that. So I think Erykah Badu, and she wear gold teeth. Anybody that put gold fronts in their mouth, they throw them things. Because that means you're willing to get hit in your mouth knowing that shit gonna hurt extra bad.
Perhaps.
It's different. Like I'm telling you, as a person that's a former gold front wearer, I'm yeah. I wish you would swing on me. I'm gonna weed that shit but man, good Lord, God bless you.
All right.
And when I say and that's just one of my honorable mentions. I'm telling you, my honorable mentions are fire. And my actual number one is crazy. But my honorable mentions are stupid. Chris Brown was an honorable mention. Originally.
Okay.
I ain't even got to my second version, and my second is a female, and she gonna throw them things. I'm talking about she in there like a motherfucker. What? Roy Jones on that thing. My list is fire. Come on,
go
lad.
for it.
Oh, you want me to go ahead? Because
yeah.
I'll rattle them off, and then you come at us with your third one when you ready.
Okay.
All right. So my second one was supposed to be, before I took Chris Brown off the honorable mention list, Pam from Total. If you've ever seen her footwork and her shoulder work, I'm telling you, she throwing some things from there. Her angle's gonna be crazy, and she gonna be like a Roy Jones. Like she gonna be punching you from areas that you didn't like. She gonna hit your armpit in weird areas that you didn't realize. Oh shit, this mother! Why the fuck did you hit me there? What the fuck? Like, and she gonna be like, "Can't you see what you do to me?" The whole time while she bopping, and she gonna be just jabbing the fuck out your shit, hitting you in weird angles. My final person, my real like number one was Bow-Legged Lou from Full Force. If you've ever seen on this nigga,
yeah, I can see that.
This nigga is swole as fuck.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he got the face of a nigga that fought a lot in middle school and high school. And when you grow up fighting, there's a different level of adult fighting that you can do because you're no longer scared of getting hit, and you perfected how to hit back. And when you're that fucking big, I'm telling you, that nigga he got them hands. I know I've seen, like, you can look at his knuckles, the circumference of his forearms. Like, there's certain things that men know to look for when you sizing the nigga up. They're like, okay, this nigga gonna be all right, this gonna be one of them ones. I'm gonna have to tussle with this nigga. Or I'm about to get this nigga out of here. He one of them niggas you're gonna have to you're gonna have to roll with. It's gonna be a long night. Pack a lunchbox. But Bow-Legged Lou from Full Force, people don't always think about them, but they was the most swole R&B group ever as a collective. Like, all of them niggas was big as fuck. And Bow-Legged Lou just looked like he got the best hands out of all of them swole ass niggas. I actually had their vinyl record. Fun fact. My other honorable mentions that have not been said yet. Either of the brothers that's not the twins from Jagged Edge. You know them other two niggas that's from Jagged Edge? Them niggas, there's stories about them niggas beating up other R&B groups behind the scenes on tour and shit. just off the humbug, just off GP, just this nigga said some wild shit. Let me go to his dressing room, beat his ass. So there's evidence from other R&B groups about these two niggas. So either of them two niggas. Anita Baker, her energy with a live crowd tells me that she don't give a fuck if you come up on stage because she ain't about to sing the song that you want. She'll whoop your ass. She don't give a fuck about being late. She don't give a fuck about nothing. And a woman of a certain age, a brother of a certain age being in the chat is hilarious. But a woman of a certain age that don't give a fuck no more is a scary woman. She'll throw grits on you. She'll smack you with the frying pan. She'll three-piece you. She'll put a curse on you. Like, it's a whole lot of options of what she gonna do to you. That she'll bite you, kick you nuts, poke you in the eye with a stiletto. Just random shit that like you don't expect because you a nigga and you used to fighting regular fights. And she gonna do some weird shit to you, I feel like. On the same line, Patti LaBelle. Am I still here? Is anybody here? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I'm like, is it a rebuttal? Does anybody want to say anything? I'm just going. I don't want to.
No, I don't dispute any of those.
Okay,
Those are
cool.
ones.
Patti
I mean,
LaBelle right
Patti
there
LaBelle
with Anita. I feel like Patti LaBelle, she gonna poison everybody pies before we even get to fighting. So it's gonna be a bunch of people
I'm gonna pick Shirley Murdoch.
Ooh, that's deep cut like a Ginsu through your arm. That's where did you come from that? Shirley Murdoch. We don't even see that name.
I know, but see, Shirley Murdoch, her vocals, her she was an adulteress, but women loved her, but she was always the other woman, and in some situations she would sing about being the other woman. So it's like she was a boss side chick. She wasn't like just like one of these little regular side chicks back in the day.
She was like, I'm the side chick with some power.
She was saying songs like, that's, I know that's your husband. I mean, that's your man. I'm gonna try to let you go. Stuff like that. So I picture.
Yeah. Hey, who the lady that sang "Clean Up Woman"? I'm the clean up woman. Y'all know that? Is that too old for people in the chat?
But hold on, let me see.
But it's along that same line of I'm the side chick, but you gonna respect me, bitch.
Yeah, I think it's her. So let me see.
He ours. He not yours. He ours. And gangsta about it. Like, I don't give a damn.
I know that was Betty Wright.
Yes. Oh my God, Betty Wright. I ain't have her on my list, but along that same Murdoch, yes. Kimberly, yes. Oh yeah, yes. Both of y'all, Joe, Kimberly, yes. That lady, yes. Her right with Murdoch. They tag team partners. When one get tired, the other one just tag in and do their special move. Jill Scott. That's a sturdy woman. I don't know that she got hair. I'm not saying.
Man, what an anti-compliment. God.
Because she did that song where she told that woman that she was gonna take her earrings off and get some Vaseline.
Hey, listen, when you from the hood, you know what Vaseline mean. That don't always mean we about to get unashed. Somebody about to get their ass whooped. I've resolved myself to the fact that I'm about to get punched. Let me make sure I don't get cut because my face purty. And Jill Scott is a sturdy ass woman. I mean, whether you want to go sexual or physical, that's a woman that don't many want to just tangle with on a willy-nilly. Like, you gonna get a Charlie horse with that. She's sturdy. She got some muscle. Like, it. She's not big in the fat sense. She's big as in like it's like power lifter, IFBA. I bodybuild every day type shit. I can bench press 330 and cook a mean ass hog mouse. Like, she one of them types. Like, she got that flap under her arm, but it's really a big ass tricep.
Oh my God.
So it's give you that double effect. Like I can cook real good, but I will also smack the fuck out of you with this dish rag. Like, yeah, Jill Scott get that auntie vibe. Like, I'm gonna beat the shit out you and then make you a meal and make sure you get healed back to your best. And if you my man, I'm gonna give you some good pussy too, because I know it's some good pussy in there. You can tell by the way she talk. She gonna beat the shit out you and then fuck the hell out you. And you gonna be submissive to both. It ain't gonna be nothing you can do about neither one of them because she's strong.
I don't know about all that, but
She locked them damn thighs on your ass. Man, have you ever seen her Breakfast Club interview where she get to talking about, hey man, that lady went from I'm gangster to I'm sexy in the quickest of that. Like that, she's different. She got one of them Erica Badu vibes, make you start wearing shoulder pads and fuzzy pants. Like she weird, like it's one of them weird vibes. Like she got them strong ass thighs. Like I will lock you down and lock you down. Like however you need to be locked. I can put you in a sleeper hole or I can put you to sleep, however you want to go. But I got you.
Just like that.
But in a again, I'm going with hip ratio and the ability to like give torque in your punches. If she hits you, you gonna feel it. I don't give a damn you man, woman, cat, rat, dog, hog, mall, whatever. Like you gonna get when she punching. And there's some leg muscle behind that. Like it's some calf and some hamstring and some gams. Like all of that shit that you look at when you look at a woman leg. Like it's some power coming through that turn.
For now.
She gonna fuck you up. That right cross is gonna hit. Now if she missed, she fucked. But if she hit you with it, oh God, Jesus. And I just need her to hit you with it. I can do the rest. I just need somebody in a bar fight that's gonna hold me down.
Well, there you go.
And she gonna take you on that long walk.
All right.
I got one last one.
One last one. All right, go for it.
No, ain't nobody said it, but I just feel like if this nigga get coked up, it's no stopping him. Rick James. If that nigga get that booger sugar at him, Rick James is running through everybody. That nigga.
Now I gotta ask you a question. Would he be good support or would he just be fucking a lot of shit up?
No, listen. He's the nigga you send in first. He's not support. He's the nigga you just send in as the buzzsaw to just start the shit. Cause he taking out a good 4-5 niggas by himself. Just off the strength of he's coked up. He ain't gonna feel shit. He's knocking niggas out and not feeling they punches. Just throwing wild shit and swinging his belt buckle around and punching niggas with his ring. Like it's just gonna be weird ass angles and hits going on. You ain't gonna really be able to define it, but it's gonna cut up the initial rush enough for you to then come in with your tactics. So whatever you done plan, you can then do that after he done whoop about 4-5 niggas ass just off the GP of just they not gonna expect whatever he throwing because he out of his mind. That nigga might come in with a punch. He might come in with a kick with one of them random ass snakeskin boots. This nigga might poke you with a hot ass crack pipe. You don't know what you getting at the moment. Like it's so many different attacks that you don't even know how to defend it. Because who does these things in regular fights?
All right, you're making some sense. You're making some sense with that one.
He's the chaos aspect. You just need somebody to disrupt enough for you to then come in with your tactical expertise and then clear it out. If you get enough people riled up, I can then come in and just knock niggas out on the okay, yup, I see where you at. Bow. Okay, yup, you over there screaming. Bow. Oh, he done stabbed you with a burnt crack pipe. Bow. Okay, yup, got you. Bow. You know, I can come in and clean it out. I just need somebody to get it set off. And he's the perfect diversion. And he ain't gonna feel shit because he coked out of his mind. That nigga is on the best of the booger sugar. All right. That nigga went into a record executive's office and put his dick on the table and some coke. Snorted one and put his dick on the other and just was like, hey, and hit that nigga with his dick, if I'm not mistaken. That's some different type.
I don't know all the allegations.
No, I've heard this is Rick. The reason they picked Lionel Richie is because that nigga Rick James went into the negotiations and stood on the table, hit this nigga with his dick, snorted some coke. And the damn executive was like, fuck this. Can we get Lionel Richie on the phone? This is not gonna work.
That would be a Lionel Richie call, right?
Rick James was different. So if you need that he's like the tank. You just send him in to just buzz saw a bunch of shit, and then you send in the real people afterward. But yeah, Rick James got some stories about him, man. He's done some wild shit in his day.
I believe it.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Apparently. All right. Those are. Did you have any more to add, Josephine, for Tiz's top crazy 3?
Nope, that was it for me.
All right, cool. Let's move on to our female vocalist lists that we're trying to compose over here. All right. I want to try to get this thing going. Play in the background. I got a couple things going on in my background over here that I don't want to interfere with the show. So I need you guys' help trying to get through this. So I don't have to cut it off right away, So please feel free to step up and, help me out doing this list here. Josephine, if you want to help take the lead to do this, how we do what we do and compose our list. So how do you want to start?
All right. So hold on for a second. All right. So our list is based on, we're going to do our top 5 women soul singers, right? And so in our top 5, of course, we're going to go with the one that everybody's going to pick anyway. So we're going to start with Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
She is the pioneer. And she has the most longevity than most. So we already know that she's in the top. So we all have to agree that Aretha Franklin, and her singing range is insane. So, and she done movies, and again, when I first was really introduced to her, and then I had to go back because I was young at the time, was when she was singing with the Blues Brothers, and I saw that movie, The Blues Brothers, and she was singing, and so my parents was like, "No, this is Aretha Franklin." And then she started out with this group, and and going back, but she had an attitude. She was all of that, but when she came out on stage, she was the bomb. Like, she was everything. So she has to be in the top 1. What do you think?
Tiz, need you to go up there, man.
Oh shit! I didn't know I was supposed to be a part of this. Okay. I would say my pick would be Mary J. She's like the contemporary of Aretha in that she's the next iteration as far as longevity. Like, she's still out here touring and being relevant, years later, like Aretha was. Not the same range, but the same emotional range, as far as what they make you feel from their songs. And I think that Mary is our like version of what people from the 60s and 50s, 70s would think of as Aretha. Like, she's our voice or our R&B icon that like deserves reverence. She's like the queen mother of R&B and soul for us as a younger generation. So I think if we starting with Aretha, then we go to her predecessor, Mary. And both have been claimed as queens of their genres in their respective eras. Like, the only other queen after Aretha was Mary, because until that, it was just Aretha by herself.
Well, we had to. She would be, in my opinion, a hear me out. But I do love Mary J. Blige, but she would be a hear me out, because without there is with Aretha, there's always a Patti. So when you're looking at 5, there's a Patti LaBelle next. Patti LaBelle's stage performance is insane.
So what I'm
because
going with also, I want to be clear. First of all, I didn't know I was going to be a part of this conversation. Second of all, last call kind of threw me on the spot. But second of all, I would say that when you're listening to my list, I'm going from my lowest to my highest.
oh,
So
okay.
so when you're hearing me, I'm starting at my start and then I'm going up to my epitome of the topic that we're talking about. So
Oh,
bear
well,
with me. I'm cooking.
yeah, he threw you out there. Well, let me add some little substance to the criteria. So the criteria has a lot to do with the foundation of soul. So like last week we did, if you listen to the foundation, it was like Stevie Wonder, it was like Otis Redding, because they were the foundation of soul. Mary is more like kind of like she's in that genre, but she's more like pop compared to those artists,
Okay.
and she's piggybacking off of the
I'm gonna make
like
my argument when you're done.
right. So that's the criteria is like the top five, and then we all agree that these are the top five. So that's
Yeah,
what the
I got you.
criteria.
I got you. So the reason I put Mary in there is because when we're looking at, if you're talking about legacy, which is what it sounds like, if we're talking about like your impact and how you've impacted the entire genre, right?
Right.
After Aretha, there were a lot of people who were equal, maybe subpar. Nobody necessarily reached her level. And then the next time we have a shift in the genre is Mary. Before that, it's you got a lot of people that are like, oh, we're comparing her to Aretha, or she's like, she's good, but we still Aretha's still the pinnacle. And then you get Mary, and then you get a shift in the way the music sounds, and you get a shift in the way the music can be represented. And then Mary ushers in the new era. And there's no new era after Mary, because after Mary, there's nobody who's like taken the genre and been like, oh, I'm about to run with this and be like, this is the new way to do it. It's just kind of a remake of Aretha or Mary. So like that's why I say Mary. So when I'm saying her, I'm not saying her in the aspect of she's
Um,
just a good singer. I'm saying it in the impact of like, all right, if Aretha is the blueprint, then the person who laid the foundation on the house would be Mary. And everybody else has built walls on that foundation, or the person that built the blueprint, but nobody's surpassed it. Nobody's done nothing new where we like, oh, this is a new way to do it.
well, I'll
Them
give
are the two that's kind of like the standard.
I'll give you a couple others. So Aretha is the queen of soul. So Mary came from that. So her whole aspect would be that. The next person probably would be Patty, because she has
What do we call Patty the queen of?
so Patty is
We have a queen before her title.
oh, Patty was from part of the group. Patty was part of the group the LaBelles. So when Patty came out with the
When
LaBelles,
Aretha was out.
right, but Patty's longevity and her range, she is one of the best live singers like to this day.
But again, this
Her singing.
before you go further, I just want to restate what
Right,
just I didn't know I was a part of this conversation.
right.
Last call asked me what my opinion was.
Oh, okay.
The person that can be entered into this conversation.
Oh, okay. No. I'm
Saying,
saying
I'm
I
not
agree.
saying these other people can't be a part of the top five. I'm saying my first entry into this conversation, like your first entry was Aretha.
Right.
My first entry, because again, I'm coming into this new. I'm not.
Oh,
This was not. I was just here for the Tiz top three, and I thought I was gonna be just listening and kind of playing the background.
yeah,
When y'all
he
got to
threw you
some
off.
more, when y'all got to the end or something, and y'all was like, "Hey, everybody, chime in," and I was gonna come in, but I was gonna kind of let y'all cook. So I'm being thrown into this. But if you're asking me as far as my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and we have five, I'm assuming y'all said y'all had top five as far as what y'all picked from the guys. So I'm
Right.
assuming
So
you're looking
it's
from the same ending top five. But right now we're just making a list and then choosing the top five. Am I correct?
yeah. So like top 5
What
would
are
be
you arguing against? So that's my confusion. Like,
no. Okay.
it would be
Okay.
interesting
I
if
get what you're saying. I get
room
it.
in your list or last call list or my list later.
Right.
But my first entry is just Mary, because when we're talking about people who have had the longevity, the catalog, the voice, and the impact to get a queen label put on them. After Aretha, there was nobody else that we were calling queen of anything. It was just Aretha. She was the queen.
Right.
And then we gave another queen title to Mary.
Right. But the original.
So hold on, just hear me. So if we're talking about 5 people, that means we're talking about a Mount Rushmore plus 1.
Right.
If we have the end all be all and the originator, the alpha and Aretha, then you have to have the omega and Mary. That is my argument. But that doesn't negate anybody else that you or last call will then present going forward, because again, my understanding is we're making a list. So I'm confused as why we're arguing already.
Oh no. So what I was trying to say was the criteria wasn't the queen of R&B. Like it was more like, so for example, Ruth Brown would be the original queen of R&B.
What is the actual end all be? What is the list y'all are trying to create?
Okay, so that's what I was trying to say. What was confusing is the criteria isn't the queen of R&B. The criteria based on typically the top 5 would probably be people that originally were the pioneers of that genre within that soul.
Okay, so we're looking at overall impact, record sales, numbers. We're not looking at titles. We're not looking at voice. We're just looking at who started this thing.
Right.
Hey guys, I got to jump in there for a quick second. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I just gotta jump in and let you guys know what's going on. I don't know if you're getting my messages there. I am getting like I don't know, just a sudden case of like food poisoning or something. So I'm like,
oh no.
I went out to this restaurant to eat and stuff, and I don't know. I'm just feeling the effects. Like it started with sweating and like weakness and all that. So I've been running back and forth to the bathroom.
Wow.
If you need, okay, that's totally fine.
Not feeling great
you need to
at
jump
all,
off here, brother. Hey man, health as well.
So I'm just like I don't know how to proceed with the rest of this because.
Okay, well let me help you out. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, right? So we're going to continue this for next week, right? We're going to come up with.
I just want my boy to be okay at this point. Shit.
Listen, I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna come up with the top 5, and we're gonna base it on the genre that the top 5 from the previous week.
Send me a criteria and a rubric, and then I'll have my ready, because I didn't know I was gonna. I just didn't know what was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Tiz. I really was like I didn't want to like.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't have thrown this on you, man. But
part of the conversation as opposed to saying something that has nothing to do with what y'all talking about.
Right. So I just wanted to reach out to the audience and take over a little bit.
Yeah, please. I wouldn't even.
So what we're gonna do next week is we're gonna do the top 5 music, like top 5 women, and we're gonna base that criteria on mostly vocals. We're going to base it on vocal, sound, and not just the genre and impact. So, but what we would love for you to do.
Hold on. You said vocal, sound, and not just the impact. Okay, what's the third criteria? No, vocal, sound. So you're talking about sound as in like
for that, right? For the right, and the pioneer of this like the genre, like like that stands out.
So sound is. I'm creating the sound, or I'm making the sound great.
Right. So, for example,
what exactly? I need clear criteria, please. I'm sorry.
Right. So for example, I'll give you an example. So Gladys Knight, right? Gladys Knight is known for her type of sound. Like when you hear a Gladys Knight, you know it's Gladys Knight. Now we know that
the way When you hear their voice, you know it's theirs.
Right. And they behind the scenes, like everyone else is not emulating their music or singing or
original voice.
right.
What's
The
the other?
reason why, right. So the reason why I was trying to steer you away from that criteria is because
other criteria. I just need the criteria. Like I
okay.
don't know the why. I got you. I'm with you.
Right.
I just need to know what I need.
So the criteria is like really simple. They're old school. They're the pioneers of that sound, and everyone
pioneer has to be an old person. Can't be a new person.
Right. It has to be someone that pioneers that sound. Yeah.
Old person pioneers the sound of that sound.
Right. Of that sound, and
you know what their voice is.
Right. So like for example, if you chose Tina Marie, right? What artist emulated?
Or you're negating Mariah Carey's entire catalog.
Right, because if you do Tina Marie, right.
Okay. Y'all got it.
No, I'm saying like if
you I'll be here, but I y'all got it. Nope.
Okay. No, wait. Tiz, listen.
Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Because you're gonna explain something for a long time for no reason. Hear what I'm saying.
Right.
If we're going off of the fact that it has to be an old person, you've lost me already, because there are newer people who have better catalogs, better voices, and have done more with the sound than older people. So you've already lost me, because in my opinion, I have that. I'm starting with that bias. So I can't participate in your conversation because you're telling me I have to pick a person that's old. And I don't feel like all the old people were necessarily the best at something. They were just there at the beginning.
Right,
it's like any genre of anything. I don't feel like the oldest hip hop artist is the best. I don't feel like the oldest R&B artist is the best. I don't feel like the oldest soul artist is the best. The oldest rock artist, whatever genre you pick, there's at least one person that I would have to throw in that is from a more contemporary era, and you've lost me when you say old. So I just have to bow out and respectfully understand that the criteria doesn't.
It's not based on like that. It's
give me a clear criteria and I'm rolling with
it. So the criteria so it's the window that you're painting a picture of.
No. Don't worry about what I'm painting. Give me your painting. Just very clearly.
Okay, so the criteria is that all of us have to agree that they are the
No. Don't give me what the ending result is. That's an end result. What is the rubric that my person is judged by other people?
So I was using the example of last week's when we picked our top 5 from last week. So the top 5 from last week was Luther Vandross, it was Otis Redding.
Criteria. You keep giving me end results. Joe,
right, but
listen to me. I just bow out.
No, but what do they have?
For me. I see where y'all going. It's way too vague for me. I'm a person of specifics.
Right.
Like this plus this equals this. The way y'all going is very vague, and I'm cool with that. I can listen to it.
Right, but those 5 artists have something. Those 5 artists have something.
Give me the rubric. I keep asking you for it, and you keep going on.
Right,
and
but I was trying to give you
and shit. I just want to go.
I was trying to give you the example of what.
No, don't give me an example. Give me the rubric. Hear what I'm asking you for.
Okay.
You can either do it or you can't, and if you can't, I'm cool with it. This is not a sticking point that we need to go further on.
Okay, well I'll write it. I'll come up.
It's easy. It's either like this is the criteria we're judging it on, or we don't really have a criteria. It's kind of a feeling. If it's kind of a feeling, I'm gonna back out and let y'all do that. If you need a top 3 and last call says, hey, would you like to do top 3? I'll do that. If not, I'll just listen and this is not a big thing.
Okay. Well, I'll write. I'll make sure that we write it out. Last call. I know you're not feeling well, but could you put on the post that to write out, like if I send you the list of
no extra work. It's either a thing that's established or it's not. If it's not established, I'm cool with sitting out until this.
No, I was talking about for his audience.
Okay,
so. Yeah, for his audience, so that we have a.
They may understand. They may already get it.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to have a clear criteria so that we can focus on. I wanted it to kind of shape like the way that we did last week, so that when we go into like, contemporary or more up to date, we're not always falling back to the remakes. Because last week when we were talking, we were talking about like a lot of the contemporary artists did a remake of a lot of those people's songs.
I'm a weirdo, so I already know though that if you have a criteria that the audience understands, I'm probably the outlier. I'm not.
You're good.
I'm aware of that, and I'm cool with that. That's why I keep telling you, just whatever y'all have been doing has worked.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't. This is not under. I don't get it. I don't have a clear.
Your criteria is broader than ours. That's all. And it's good. It's good.
The difference is I'm more specific.
No, your criteria
is broad criteria. Old people, okay. Well, what's the thing that you're judging by? And I haven't got a rubric yet, which is why I know that I'm more specific. You're more broad, and I'm cool with that. And everybody else understands it, and I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it.
No, I was just saying that in the sense of what we're talking about, your criteria is broader because you could bring in like you could bring in newer artists, but we're like focusing on like.
You haven't given me a criteria. That's the problem. That's why I'm more specific. I'm thinking of specific things of what would make an artist a thing. You're thinking of broader ideas that you have in your brain, but you haven't articulated it as such to me, which is why we're still not on the same page. It's not I'm not tripping this week. I know exactly what's happening. Y'all are on a broader page of just these people were establishing this thing, but you're not articulating that in a criteria that is a rubric. So when you're building a list, there should be a rubric. That means there are specific things that people are judged by.
I just
all right. Let me.
We can all understand what. That's how you pick that. So
hold on. You guys hear me? Yeah, we got to close it up. It's not that specific to. It's not like the science to it.
Big thing. It's more of a fluid thing, and that's where
it's like a discussion, and then we start to narrow it down a little bit. Chill. It's going in a place it doesn't need to go right now, man. So just, it's not that scientific. We don't have it written down in categories and all that.
I don't mean, I apologize.
If you went back and kind of listened to how we were talking about it, it's just more of a casual thing, like that too. That's all. And
So this is what you do. We'll see you guys next week. And then go ahead and end the live, the YouTube live.
Yeah. I'm gonna close. And then appreciate you being on here. Definitely.
And then stay. But close your stream. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna close it right now. All right. Peace, everybody. Thank you for understanding. I'm sorry, but I just having some I don't know, emergency health issues at the moment. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully catch us next time, and we'll continue this. Thanks. Bye.